Hi guys, my name is Vikas and welcome back to my channel. And a few days back I had posted on Instagram announcing my masterclass on gelatos and frozen desserts. And I got a lot of comments and a lot of queries asking me the difference between a gelato and an ice cream. So I just thought I will put a quick video together just for your understanding and make it more clearer as to what is the difference between an ice cream and a gelato. There is subtle differences, and I just want to make sure that you understand the difference between an ice cream and a gelato if you have any doubts. So first thing foremost, the origin. Maybe let's start from the origin where gelatos and ice cream comes from. Traditionally, gelato comes from Italy, and if you look at the textbook word or the understanding of the word gelato, gelato in Italy means ice cream, or ice cream is called as gelato in Italy. So ice cream basically originated from United States or Northern Europe. These are the two original difference of origins of both the desserts. Besides origin, also in terms of the ingredient profile, if you see, ice creams is mainly made with cream, milk, sugar, and in terms of custard style ice cream, there is also egg yolk being used. Ice creams usually have a higher ratio of fats or higher ratio of cream to milk. This is the fat that helps you to entrap air inside during churning and creates more volume in the ice cream. On the other hand, gelato is considered more as denser, richer, and more power-packed with flavors. The reason being there is less fat. Gelato usually has less butter fat for around, it varies from 4% to 10 to 12% maximum, compared to the ice cream, which will have a higher fat percentage. It may vary something between 10% to around 22% fat in ice cream. So ice cream basically is like an indulgent dessert, emphasizing more on the volume, and it's more of a bulk dessert, versus gelato, which was originally considered as a craft product, emphasizing mainly on the flavor and the freshness of the fruits. Another aspect which differentiates ice cream versus gelato is overrun. Overrun is a technical term, but in general, overrun means the amount of air that gets trapped inside the ice cream or the gelato. Ice creams are mainly churned at a higher speed. They usually incorporate higher overrun or have more air incorporated, which makes them more lighter and fluffier. Ice creams incorporate up to 50%, starting from 40% overrun. It can go even up to 150% overrun, depending on what type of emulsifiers and stabilizers that you add, which will entrap more air inside. On the other hand, gelatos are more denser. They have a lesser overrun. The overrun can vary between 15% to up to 35 to 40% overrun. Usually we do not have anything more than 40% overrun in a gelato. Hence it makes it more denser in terms of texture. Then we come to another difference, which is serving temperatures. Ice creams are served much colder compared to gelatos. Ice creams are usually served at around minus 18 degrees centigrade. Gelatos, on the other hand, are served much warmer. Gelatos are usually served between minus 12 to minus 13 degrees centigrade, which feels a bit warmer and it melts in your mouth faster. Since the temperature is slightly warmer and it's more denser and compact, gelatos give you more flavor profile compared to ice creams. Ice creams being more colder, it takes time for the ice cream to melt on your palate and the palate to register the flavor on your tongue. Another aspect of fat is something that coats your tongue, right? So when you eat ice cream, since the fat coats your tongue, it prevents the flavor from hitting your tongue, and you get a much milder flavor when you eat ice cream. Whereas in the other hand, gelatos being low on fat, warmer in temperature, denser in texture, you always feel more flavor profile being registered from a gelato compared to ice cream. Also, one question that I keep on getting a lot of time is shelf life. What is the shelf life of an ice cream versus what is the shelf life of a gelato? Ice cream usually is an industrial product. I'm not saying all, there are some artisan ice creams also. However, ice creams compared to the gelatos have a longer shelf life. Ice cream shelf life can easily be around 2 weeks to 1 year, 1.5 years, depending on the composition and the emulsifiers and the stabilizers added inside. Versus gelato, being more of an artisanal product, is meant to be served fresh, meant to be made fresh and eaten fresh. But you still can preserve your gelatos in your freezer if you follow all the right techniques and the proper freezing cycle. You can prolong the shelf life of a gelato to around 2 weeks or something. Some basic differences between ice cream and gelatos. However, it does not end there. There is a lot of technical and a lot of science that goes behind it. And that's the reason I thought I would come to you and talk to you about these. I'm recently introducing a masterclass. You can come and join in the masterclass and understand the science behind it. It's not just the fact, but there are a lot of aspects that we look into while making the gelatos. We're going to touch and deep dive into each and every aspect to understand what is the amount of fat, what is the amount of solids, what is the amount of temperatures, and also the freezing temperatures and the freezing curve that will affect the final texture of your gelato. If you are interested, please join my masterclass, which is coming very soon, and I'll be coming up with some more videos for you to understand better in terms of the science of ice creams and gelatos in future.